All right, so I want you to imagine stepping onto the field with the weight of the world on your shoulders. The crowd's roar is echoing in your ear, and the game-defining moment is resting entirely on your next move. Sounds heavy, right? Yet for Mariano Rivera, this was just another day in the office, baby. Welcome to Boost Mode. I'm Coach AB, and today we're going to unravel the secrets behind one of baseball's greatest closer and his master class that he gave you if you were watching in handling pressure. The question I want you to ask yourself is, what if you could not only survive, but thrive in high stakes moments, just like Rivera? Whether you're an athlete on the field or someone navigating life's intense situations, these insights into pressure management and preparation techniques will hopefully empower you to elevate your performance. So, are you ready to discover how preparation and confidence can be your strongest allies when the spotlight's on you? If you are, we're going to dive in deep and we're going to learn how to own the moment, like the legend, number 42 himself. Stick around.
Hey, look at the squad, look at my team. Don't be my hearts, don't be my bruvs, don't be my guys, don't be the parts that I need to the puzzle. Look at my arms, look at my palms, look at the sweat, look at my eyes, look at the threat. We working, 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 we working. Practice make perfect.
All right, so the master under pressure. This guy right here, Mariano Rivera. So I want to dive in a couple stories, backstories about Mariano. Well, I mean, if you don't know, because his name is kind of synonymous with handling pressure in the world of baseball. He was a legendary closer for the New York Yankees. He was the go-to guy when the game was on the line. He was the guy that they called, right? So I don't want to do any disservice to the gentleman. So I'm just going to play the highlights. Here we go.
Game one to New York. Another 0-2 pitch. Struck him out with high heat, and the Yankees take a 2-0 lead to Texas. But Rivera shuts him down, and the Yankees win Game 5. The pop-up third baseman Brocious. Game one to the Yankees. Game over, and the Yankees have won the first 3 games of the 1998 World Series. The starter of tonight's game is Sweeney, grounds to third. Brocious fittingly with a throw, and the Yankees have done it again. Number 24. They are the world champions of baseball in 1998.
Yeah. So, I mean, imagine 652 career saves, right? I mean, incredible stuff, right? Yeah, he was the guy. And, these kind of statistics, they don't just kind of happen, Mariano, right? He was unparalleled. So no one could hold a candle to what he accomplished in the postseason, right? An ERA, mind-boggling ERA of 0.70, where the rest of, the major leagues was somewhere around 3.5 in the postseason, right? Yeah, so those kind of stats, those aren't an accident, right? Obviously, he had very good pressure management. Also, obviously he was a great athlete, but the dude was simply better than everyone else in that role when it came down to the pressure. He was a master under pressure. So, the thing is, we have to think about what made him so special. Yeah. And, when I think about Mariano, you think about this sort of no fear sort of attitude, right? Where night in and night out, you knew he was coming. I think they used to play Enter the Sandman when he came on. You knew when the bullpen doors open, he was going to attack you. He was going to attack you with either his fastball or his cutter, right? But he never had any fear, right? There was never this sense of panic, right? No matter the situation, no matter how tight the situation, he was ice cold, right? And the thing is, like, he wasn't just any pitcher, right? He was a master of one pitch, the cutter. And he mastered that single pitch. He knew every movement like the back of his hand, right? Here's a little something about the cutter that I put together.
Rivera's four-seam fastball leaves his hand at 90+ miles an hour, rotating at roughly 1,500 RPM along a vertical axis, adjusting his grip by a few millimeters, literally a stitch or two, and altering fingertip pressure. Rivera's cutter leaves his hand just as fast, but spins on a tilted axis at up to 1,600 RPM. Spin creates pressure differentials in the airflow on each side of a ball, and the ball curves toward the lower pressure zone. This phenomenon is known as the Magnus effect, and the faster the spin, the greater the curve. To a batter's eye, the spin and velocity of Rivera's cutter look like his standard fastball. But since hitters only have about 0.17 of a second to correctly identify a pitch, they're usually wrong. By the time Rivera's cutter reaches the plate, it's moved laterally up to 8 inches. And the majority of that movement is in the last 10 feet of the ball's flight. At that point, the human eye is physically unable to actually see a ball traveling that fast. And even if a hitter makes contact, it's virtually impossible for him to get the roughly 4-inch sweet spot of the bat on the ball.
So what's the equation? With that cutter, it was basically preparation equals confidence. The mastery of the cutter gave him the assurance that he was going to perform consistently at the highest level, right? And then I think, secondly, when Mo came out, he was calm as a cucumber. That calm demeanor was his superpower. No matter what was going on outside of him, chaos, Yankee Stadium, wherever on the road, no matter that intensity of the situation, Mo always appeared to remain composed. Yeah, he had a consistent routine. He understood that pressure doesn't alter the fundamentals of the game or the fundamentals of the cutter, right? That message is pretty clear, right? He was always coming out in the calmest, most collected demeanor imaginable. Right? Game on the line, night in and night out, right? Night in and night out. And, just ice in his veins. At least that's the way he appeared to be, right? And I think it's a lesson for everyone. The more prepared you are, the more you know your strengths, the more you've perfected your fundamentals, right? You can just go out there and trust your routine and stay calm, right? Be calm, right? That's what it was all about. He was calm as a cucumber. Okay, so now how do we apply Rivera's technique? How can we translate his technique into our game, our everyday life?
Ooh, I'm cold. Listen, if you're vibing with my content, then I think I've got something you're gonna love. Check out my free 7-day Boost Mindset Challenge, okay? Mental toughness coming straight to your inbox each day. Powerful tools. They're gonna help you build confidence, help you build your focus, help you train calm. I created this because coaches and players, they kept asking me, how you train the mental side of the game? How do you handle pressure? How do you stay calm when it counts? So now, this is 100% free, no strings attached. Just head on over to baseballnomad.com and let's get it done. Let's go. I'm cold. Let's go. Train.
Again, I think the first step is preparation. Before facing any high pressure situations, lay the groundwork, right? Get your things done, right? Focus on what you do best. Work on it and work on it and work on it until it becomes second nature. And then once you've worked on it and you know your strength, don't, play to those strengths, especially in crucial moments, right? Don't overcomplicate things. Stick with what you're great at, what you're prepared to do, right? Rivera didn't go out there and rely on a new pitch just because the pressure was on. He relied on his cutter, okay? So that's, one of the things I would say, go out and find your cutter, right? Go out and find your swing, right? Go out and find your strength defensively, right? Mariano had the cutter. Find your cutter, okay? And lastly, obviously, again, I keep harping about it, but maintain calmness. Build a routine that supports you during pressure situations, okay? Whether that's breathing exercises, box breathing, whatever, right? Whatever you need, or a mental cue, hey, lock in, or a simple pre-task ritual. You need something that's going to ensure that you have a steady process that can bring you back to center. Okay. I always say visualization is a powerful tool, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that in the weeks to come. Okay. But you have to have that ability to close your eyes and picture your success. Okay? You have to have that ability to imagine yourself on the field. You have to have that ability to see yourself being confident. You have to have that ability to see yourself prepared and executing. Okay. So I think when preparation, in strength and routine all kind of align, it simplifies whatever complex path that you think you need for success. Okay. And I think that's the mantra: preparation, strength, routine. Okay. High pressure moments. Now it's your turn, right? Try to apply some of these techniques of Mariano Rivera to your next practice, to your life. You could be facing a big game, or you can be facing a big test or big presentation in the office. Any high pressure situation, perceived, real, imagined, remember this: handling pressure is about preparation and calmness. Control your heart rate. Yeah. If you've done the work, then you have the tools to succeed. You can be ready to own the moment. If you've done the work, okay, that's very key. You have to do the work. So anyway, let's recap our journey today. Preparation, strength, routine. These are the pillars that are going to empower you to face pressure with confidence. Like Mariano Rivera, you can thrive under pressure. All right. So go out there, take on those high stake moments. And remember, you're probably more prepared than you think. Be like Mariano and own the pressure. Let's go. Get it done.